Hey, what's going on everyone? This is Vince from Life with Vince Lou. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my routine of waking up around 4 to 4:30, why I do so, how it came about, and even pass on some tips to you all if you wanted to start waking up a little bit early. So a little bit about why and how it came about. The big reason why I wanted to get up earlier was because I wanted to be more productive, right? I mean, I figure if I wake up earlier, I'll get more done in the day. I'll have more time to exercise. I won't stress out about getting my 10,000 steps in, stress about going to the gym, going to jiu-jitsu, where I can just knock all of this all out and have the time in the day to do, the time in the rest of my day to do whatever I wanted to do or whatever I needed to do. So the main thing was being more productive. How it came about was it was a lot of reading, a lot of the content that I was consuming, especially David Goggins and Jocko Willink. I went to a Jocko Willink book signing in La Jolla, probably about, September, October of last year, I think it was. And basically, if you guys don't know Jocko, he's a Navy SEAL. He wrote Extreme Ownership, and then also he has a new book out. What I went for the signing for was where's it at? The Dichotomy of Leadership. So I went to his book signing, but he's super motivational. He takes a picture of his watch and posts it on Instagram every single day of how he wakes up around 4 to 4:30, sometimes even earlier than that, and he really talks about getting after the day. Some people might find this annoying that he just has a bunch of posts. His timeline is basically just a watch. He has some other stuff too, but most of it is just the time that he gets up. But I found that super motivating because if he can do it, I can do it. And if it's ever been done before, then I can do it too. And I really wanted to be productive, and I just saw how productive he is. So, and after I went to that book signing, actually, that was when I was like, okay, I just went to this book signing. I gotta keep it rolling. So at first, I was waking up around 6, then 5:30, 5:15, 5, and then now I usually wake up around 4 to 4:30, anytime in between there, and basically that's what I've been doing. At least try to do on a regular basis, 3 to 5 days a week. It's not necessarily every day that I do it, but my routine is to get up around that time. I'll definitely listen to my body. If I did too much exercise and if my body feels like really drained, I'll definitely take some more time to rest. But I really try to get up around 4 to 4:30 pretty much at least Monday through Friday. So how I went from my normal wake up time of about 6 a.m. to now my normal wake up time about 4 to 4:30. So the first thing is, I call it peeling back, right? So if my normal wake up time is at 6 and my target wake up time is at 4, you need to peel it back slowly in small increments. So usually for me it's like 15 or 30 minute increments. So on day one, if I'm waking up, my regular wake up time's at 6 and my target wake up time's at 4, I'm gonna put it at 5:45. And then every 3 to 5 days, you peel it back another 15 minutes until you get to your target date, or your target time for me was 4 a.m. So I did this slowly, about 15 to 30 minutes, and my body adjusted a lot easier than, sometimes I would try to, like when I first started, my target time was 4, but my regular wake up time was 6, and that 2 hour, I would set my alarm clock for 4, and my alarm would ring, I would look at the time like, oh gosh, and I just went back to sleep, and sometimes I would even sleep past my normal wake up time at 6, so sometimes it's even counterproductive. So I don't know, so this is what's worked for me, so especially when I first started. So really peeling back slowly, I would suggest anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes and adjusting every 3 to 5 days. It doesn't even need to be 3 to 5 days. It could be a week. You can do 30 minutes per week, because eventually you're gonna cut it down by an hour, 2 hours, or whatever your target time is. Another thing that I do, and definitely consult your physician before doing this, because it's diet related and supplement related. But for me, if I know I want to wake up early the next morning, I don't really do this as much anymore. But when I first started, I really did this, is that I would have, the night before, I would fill up a shaker cup, but about this much of water, and I would leave my pre-workout right there. And when I wake up, because I would wake up, I'm like, oh gosh, I'm still tired, but my pre-workout's right there, and for me, I just open it up, put a scoop and a half of pre-workout, shake it up, drink it, and at that point, I have anywhere from 160 milligrams to 240 milligrams of caffeine in me, and I have to get up because I literally cannot go back to sleep after I just chugged that pre-workout. So that's what really helped me, especially at first. I still drink pre-workout on a normal basis, but I try not to. I try to limit it to about 2 to 3 days a week, especially if it's on, like, if I had a rest day the day before, and it's on, like, I rested on Sunday, on Monday, I usually won't drink pre-workout because I won't need it. Usually, because if I have enough rest, I'll be able to get up and I won't need that extra oomph, which that pre-workout helps. But if I'm training on day 1 and day 2, by the 3rd day, I'm like, I know I'm gonna be tired. So this is just a tool that I use to help me wake up early. Also, to add on top of that, for the diet portion, or not the diet portion, or this is the diet portion that I'm gonna talk about, is your diet. So for me, at least, I can really feel it when I don't get enough calories, when I get the wrong calories, when I don't get enough, protein, or I really can't feel it when I don't get enough protein, but I can definitely feel it if I don't get enough calories and if I don't get the right type of calories. So for me, if I'm drinking like alcohol, I know, like, when I wake up the next day, even if it's just 1 or 2 beers, I'll wake up and I'm like, I feel extra sore. I maybe it's just in my head, but this is how I feel. And I've gotten accustomed to listening to my body, but these are the trends that I've noticed. So alcohol really affects it. Not getting enough calories, like if I'm cutting and if I'm on a severe caloric deficit, I'll really feel it. So when I'm exercising, like since I'm training for my half marathon, ultra marathon, and since I do jiu-jitsu and go to the gym, on those days, I know that my body needs extra calories. So I really make sure to get the right type of calories and to make sure to fuel my body, to even toss in a multivitamin just to cover my bases. So for me, the diet really affects me waking up early. So also, it might seem like common sense, but if you want to wake up earlier, then you have to sleep earlier. So for me, I try to get from about 5.5 to 6 hours of sleep. I think that's my sweet spot. Sometimes that's not enough rest for my body, so that's why I'll sleep a little bit more. But also, some people might debate that this isn't enough time to sleep or let your body rest. But for me, it's kind of a balance between like why I'm getting up earlier, right? So, because for me, I'm okay with getting about 5.5 to 6 hours of sleep because it'll rest up my body enough, and at the same time, sometimes it doesn't rest up my body enough, but it'll keep everything up in my head good to go, so because I know that I'm getting after my goals. And so that leads into the last thing is the cliche. I know it sounds cliche, but you have to really figure out why you want to get up early. So you have to figure out your motivation. Is it because you want to be more productive, or is it for another reason? So for me, I want to create a certain life, and from the people that I study and the content I consume, the successful people that I see are getting up early. They're exercising in the morning. They're getting their day started off right. And I experimented with that, and that's what works for me. But I really know why I'm getting up early, because, as I said, like I have this vision in my head of what I want to do with my life. And I have goals financially, spiritually, physically. I want to do certain things. And if I wake up earlier, then I'll have more time to get those things done. And, you know, going off of that, my overall experience of waking up early and like just the results, I've noticed that I am way less stressed. Yeah, it sucks to get up early. Like you're like, oh, like yeah, it's gonna suck, right? But as David Goggins says, embrace the suck. When something sucks, you're like, you should look forward to it and you really tackle it head on. So if taking cold shower sucks, take a cold shower. If going on that rainy run sucks, go on that rainy run. But waking up sucks, so wake up earlier because I don't even know where I was going with this. Where was I going with this? So I definitely lost my train of thought on that last clip, but to bring it all back, my results and how I feel overall. Yeah, it still sucks. Even today, getting up around 4 to 4:30, it still takes a lot of, not as much willpower as it did before, but it still takes some of that willpower. But the thing is the pros outweigh the cons because I'm way more productive. I'm less stressed. I'm happier. I am getting at my long-term goals. You know, I know that I have to put in it day in and day out, and eventually I'll be that much closer to my goals. So for me, the pros outweigh the cons, and that's why I get up early. So I hope you all enjoyed that video. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you like that video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helped me out. And also let me know down below if you have any comments, questions, concerns, maybe your experience on waking up earlier, or if you're waking up earlier, or if you're gonna start to wake up earlier, or just your experience. You know, do you want to wake up earlier, or are you okay with, you know, waking up at your normal time right now? So let me know down below. And that's it. So comments, questions, concerns, sarcastic remarks. Almost forgot about that. So see you all soon. Thanks for watching.